Phillips.
James, I suffered so that you didn't have to.
Evil.
What are we doing here again?
Evil!
Well, you say suffering, but thanks to one Dopply, I mean, bless
Dopply.
that man's heart, we actually have a Faces of Evil that's actually worth playing.
Vaguely.
Even though, good luck trying to find it now, because he unfortunately took it down for personal reasons. I totally respect them. That said, welcome to the Faces of Evil Remastered for PC.
Yeah, this is a grand project that was made in Game Maker. Took him like what, 4 years? He said.
Yeah, he said 4 years.
And
Was it all worth it?
I think I and James I think agree. Yes. Yeah, and Rachel. I think so. This remastered introduces a ton of quality of life improvements and new little features. They
Of life improvement.
there's even the hero mode. More on that later. They put a lot into this.
Like subtitles.
Boring.
He said the thing.
And I'll agree, as one person said, it's a kind of a trip seeing like the resolution's so good that you actually see the actual sprite art and it's not all kind of like blurred together.
Yeah. And the fact that they actually had subtitles.
It's amazing how far we've come since the days of the YouTube poop.
So I mean, we saw this cutscene and we talked over it before in our original look at of
Everyone's seen this cutscene. Everyone knows about this game.
If you've been here long enough, you've seen this scene at least once. So I will definitely say this right off the bat. Playing through this remaster really made me come to realize that if, you know, this game was applied to something that wasn't a total piece of crap in the gameplay department, the overall structure of Faces of Evil is really not that bad.
No, I mean it's a cool, like, it almost like it kind of tries to cross Metroidvania with Zelda.
And that's pretty much what this is. It's a Metroidvania featuring Link and the Faces of Evil.
So
Which, and I'll also say the art design of these backgrounds and the music is also not bad in the slightest. I dig them.
So a Zelda Metroidvania. So what you're saying is a Zelda game.
Adventure of Link.
No,
Something
I
like
was just
that.
going to say a Zelda game. Because
Screw you, but also yes, maybe. But yeah,
You're right, but at the same time, go paint
wait.
yourself.
I don't need to throw my magic sword on these rupees. I can just walk over to them and collect them like a good boy.
Yeah.
That's actually because there is one little feature I showed off in the options where you can toggle on the remastered mode. In remastered mode, the game more or less plays like a traditional 2D Zelda sort of experience, like, you know, like Adventures of Link, for example.
also,
Yeah,
Logan,
I mean-
Bad.
Also, Logan.
God,
So
they
what
follow
you're
this
saying
in.
what you're saying is, Logan, is never before have I been more offended by something that I 100% agree with.
it's kind of like that. But yes, as James is saying, with the remaster mode, they added a lot of quality of life things. In the original game, two things. One is that the rupees were colored wrong. Reds were worth 1, greens were worth 5. It was a whole mess. So he recolored all the rupees so that they made sense.
I mean, to be fair, in the original Legend of Zelda, I never understood the value between blue rupees and blue and orange rupees.
Blue and orange. Oh, that's right. They did do
Because
that
it keeps
once.
flashing between blue and orange.
I guess
no
they weren't
designated value.
fully there yet.
Like the flashing rupees, ironically, were the really dinky rupees, whereas like the regular static blue ones were the ones that gave you the bigger benefits.
Oh yeah, I know.
But yeah, other than that, as James pointed out, in the original, you had to hit items with your sword to pick them up. Here, you can just walk right over them, which already adds, like, this game simplified a lot and made already the smooth for it. How to put, like, I think the word that we use the most, James, is that this makes the game feel so much more playable than it originally did.
Like,
Nice-
yeah, no, the
nice
dude
shield
touched
sound.
up the dude touched up the physics, like, to make it far more playable than it ever has before.
While keeping all these really silly cinematics, like this. Anyway, we're gonna move right along from her.
And she's dead.
I could do it again.
She scares
But I
me.
could go the other door and find Monkey Man!
Baboons! They're hideous!
Now, if we wanted to, with everything
Monkey
continues, we
Man.
could absolutely sequence break this game and just like jam right through this. Which
Okay, there is
more
one
on that
thing.
later.
Continue.
There is one thing the remaster even doesn't do right, and that's where if the second, like, it doesn't show you taking damage. You just take damage.
The game, I think they toned down a lot in the like amount of enemies that spawn and the hitbox itself, but it's there. So James,
Oh, one other thing is that for the remaster, Dooply gave us Glonon's wisdom. Or if you're playing the Wand of Gamelon version, Impa's the wisdom from the Triforce of Wisdom, where you actually get it's literally just a hint system if you're feeling stuck somewhere.
Of like where you should be going and what you should be
crabs.
doing. They're
giant enemy crab.
They're gomas.
Are they Titans?
No, they're
like
gomas. You'll actually hear that.
This old man here is going to tell us.
That's not a crab, you fool! Ha!
Nope.
It is a crab.
It's a goma. You're pretty good. Here.
I mean, it's nice to know that you actually have one of these lying around.
Yeah, I just love that. It's
No
like,
sense.
hey, you.
He also gave us a free heal.
Keep going, boy.
And it's
You're
just
doing real
standing there.
well. Once you
I
get
just love the fact of
His
like
eyes.
you called.
back to fishing.
I just love the fact of like you called my bluff. Have the Master Sword.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the way he says, "You're pretty good." Like, oh well, you caught me. I can't go to the fisher's market with this.
Yeah, no, man, I totally saw it too. It's like the dude literally has fish eyes.
Maybe that's
I mean,
fisherman.
we already know this. Famously, the voice
We're
work was done
taking too much damage.
long in advance. Oh, we can actually talk about it real quick. As boys, is that in the original game, you only had 3 continues per like quote unquote world you select from the map. Yeah, realm you select from the map. But in remaster mode, you have infinite continues, which basically means you can brute force your way through this stuff.
Yep.
That's good. I mean, consider there is a lot of tales of frustration I would hear about this game.
Yeah. Now I can play this game as if I were playing a Mega Man X game.
Yep. And what's funny is that like because of all those
Unless it's
fixes,
X5.
like because of all those fixes, it really hammers in the point that like this game's actually kind of short.
Oh yeah, no, this game's incredibly short.
Came straight from the crater till I boarded the vent.
And you can actually understand what this good lady's saying for a change.
This game frightens me.
Like, ironically, as, you know, cumfuckery as that all sounds, that actually is important piece of detail you need to know, because that's...
Yeah, you got to use the skull.
That's your clue that there's a skull to our left that we need to actually hit in order to open up the door there.
Oh, that's right.
As soon as we get over there,
You fell in the water.
we'll be okay.
No, I'm all wet.
So I'll say I've beaten this, and James has now seen I beat this game like 3 times actually to get to all the bonus content that he doesn't have to show it off.
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing regarding the remaster. Like, bless his heart for doing so, he actually added a shit ton more content than what's usually on offer.
I guess we could talk about it. I guess we can talk about it now. Is like the main things he added: the skull. Aha.
It opened up a key.
Skulls.
And yeah, we're gonna be needing those snowballs.
Yeah, because you're going to need them in here, because we're going to be dealing with an enemy type that is, unfortunately, it treats our dinky little sword as a dinky little sword.
We need to use magic
the
in this case, and we need to use magic in
Simpson
this.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Or snowballs.
You had
And-
snowballs this whole time.
You know
well
what?
prepared.
Hold on.
You know what they say? Fight fire with ice.
You know, despite
No
what
ice
people
hours
say-
required.
Despite what people say, I actually do think that the backgrounds look really good in this game.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Especially
Yeah,
in
the
this room.
the art and the music is, it's groovy.
Like let's not beat around the bush here. Like, this is by no means a perfect game, and I mean, people have busted its balls already. But its biggest sins were primarily in 2 things. One, yes, the cutscenes were kind of awkward to look at, and secondly, the CDI in general was a crap gaming console.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it wasn't even meant to be a gaming console.
There's never meant to be one. They should have stopped right where they put. But I will say that I think this. Oh yeah, and James is showing off another use for the fireballs, apart from being used on some enemies and one of the best uses to destroy bosses. We can
Here
also
you go,
use it.
lady. You could use a little heat. You could use a little flame up.
Here, have some water of life. My, you're thirsty. Oh my goodness.
Well,
There she goes again.
Well, there goes Grandma.
One fire for a heal.
Yeah. It's
but yeah, you're
mostly
also going to do the fireballs to take out the monkey men.
it's mostly pointless what we just did there until we get another item to be able to actually use that
How are you losing
water of
life?
Oh, you'll see. If you pay very close attention, there are icicles dropping.
Oh, I see it.
I thought those were droplets of water.
That's also another infamous thing about the original Faces of Evil, that, like, this game does have it, but it's... Yeah, honestly, I think they should fix it. Is that, like, sometimes a lot of the things that hit you look like stuff that shouldn't even matter, like those little driplets back there.
Oh, let's visit the reader.
It's the Page Master.
Now kill him with the sword. Oh, this is good music.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Oh,
We're not here to have fun.
If you bring me the book of
We're here to
Contact,
fight
I
the
will
faces of
gladly
evil.
read the secret verse.
So, okay, bring
Wait,
Coca-Cola.
does that mean that we have to face them? Yeah, I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
Tokyo Lighthouse.
I think he's also implying we're illiterate.
Honestly, if I were on Discord right now, I would literally give you the biggest gaffy stare you'll ever see in your life.
That's a new emote we added. Just,
I thought we are on Discord.
but no, but he says like if
No,
he
we're
po-
in the
if
face
James
of
if
evil.
Matt posted that pun in text, we could anyway. So
Oh, okay.
I will still say same thing I said with Rayman Redemption. I welcome this kind of idea. They took a game that was notoriously unplayable and thus nobody could enjoy it for any reason and
This is a game?
made it
Ooh.
I mean,
really
honestly,
fun.
Iki, you're not entirely wrong. All this really was just this one guy's practice attempt to get into the magical world of game coding. And it turns out, for an amateur experiment at
where'd you
that,
come from?
dude
Where'd
really
you
did a
come
damn
from?
good job.
Why are there pterodactyls in this place?
no clue. They just kind
Oh,
of
this
spawn in it
creepy woman.
randomly.
Who the hell?
Oh, let's visit her.
They clearly have a pest problem.
You're
Is
not
that the lady of the evening?
are you?
Oh god.
Of course not.
Then get my necklace back from
You're
Leon,
already
okay?
wearing your necklace
Pretty
from
please.
Gleon. Pretty
They
please.
should have gotten a Betty White impersonator for her.
I
This-
agree.
Why did I have a feeling similar to Dawn Blues?
Maybe
I wish
honestly,
this was
maybe
Dom.
they were.
I wish that Domblith did this.
Yeah,
That'd be
seriously.
cool. But yeah, no. Again, like this is a really cool. I like that. I like this idea of there being like a redemption arc for a game so that people can actually enjoy it. And because let's be honest, this is on the internet. It's never gonna die. The main reason why the guy took it down was he thought, I'm serious, he thought Nintendo was going to come after him, to which everyone said, no, that would imply they'd have to actually take ownership of this game and actually recognize
That would
it as
imply them
canon.
acknowledging its existence.
As canon, they'd have to. But no. And the other one is, oh Jesus. The other reason he wanted to remove this is, understandably, he doesn't want to be known for this his whole life. He wants to
Too
like
late.
be able to. He wants to be able. He wants to take ownership. He wants to be able to have his own projects.
Which is totally fine, but like,
Mighty dark with all the evil.
I understand. It's kind of like
Keep this lantern full.
Thank you,
I
Talking
never-
Raisin.
You say Raisin. I was going to say thank you, Talking Slim Jim.
What's sad though is I can totally relate to that because despite all the shit I've done, whether it be on this channel or on DeviantArt or Twitter, I'm just that one guy that was known for a canceled Mario comic project.
And a bunch of remixes.
That too.
I love that. Hey.
we all have our
So-
sins we'll live with.
Oh, I don't think we ever acknowledged that mechanic. Is whenever you hit one of those Triforce symbols, it not only gets you out of the level, but unlocks a new
Or
one to visit.
Yep. Like, Garona is one of the levels you can actually play from the get-go, and, well, for important reason. That shack we just passed through on the left side is the home of is the workplace of a certain character that is very well known by the YouTube poop community.
Of
Yep.
course.
Yeah,
He's
I
like one of
wouldn't
the
know who.
he's one of the few characters that actually looks like he would belong in a Zelda game.
How do you think Nintendo feels knowing that one character is probably more recognizable and famous than all of the cast of Skyward Sword?
it scares Aonuma to death.
Oh, that's an insult.
Bruce takes offense. Bruce takes offense
Bruce,
to that.
Garrett
I'm
him
saying, I'm saying, do you know the
and,
name
and,
of? Go ahead. Oh, we can't go here yet, James.
I'm
Yeah, you
sorry,
need
but have
bombs.
you talked to Groose lately?
if I could comment on something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead,
It really
James.
should stand as a testament to this game's infamy that it actually was slyly referenced in Age of Calamity.
It's him.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
I'm such a big
boys.
fan.
This guy.
What the?
Wait, what am I doing? I didn't come here
You-
just for
you-
lamp
you
oil.
need-
Oh,
You need.
Why
you
did
don't-
Why did I do that?
why did
You
you?
need-
Just to hear him talk.
You don't
You need a bomb?
Oh,
Let's hear the
I
man
see.
of the hour.
Oh, you were trying to get the one where you spend way too much money. But
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
you got it, Morshu. So I'm gonna buy all your
The
stock.
voice of a generation. It brings me to tears every time.
Yep.
So, while you're here, try to stock up on as much lamp oil and bombs as you can. Ropes are on, for the sake of this remaster, are something you really don't even need them for at least maybe one or two instances.
What, can't you go all Cowboy Link and wrestle them,
No,
Sorry, Link.
Hey.
I can't give credit. Come back when you're a little, richer.
all right.
a Link credit card?
No.
A link.
No.
A man has.
No.
Well, don't tell him a man fell in the river.
Yeah, let's get some fireballs because we're gonna need those for the Goronu. But anyway, but yeah, as James, it's wasn't it like they really improved the platforming and really improved the hit detection on all these platforms, didn't they?
They really did. Like this is a far cry from the kinds of dodgy hit detection you'd find on an actual CDI system.
Man.
Well, nice to meet you too.
That thing just ate your soul.
This isn't your grandpa's CDI.
And meanwhile, the guy down there is just like floating about his business.
Like I saw nothing. Oh, thank goodness. But yeah, no. So and yes, for anyone wondering, yes, they also.
Look and see Goronu.
Who?
Wake up.
This ugly pile of bones.
Where did you come from?
I'll be right back, by the way.
Do.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for
Okay.
the free clothing, buddy.
Hey, I'm gonna do a little jig. But no, they also did Wanda Gamelon. They released them both sides. It was it came out of complete no. And honestly, I love this. I agree with who was it? What was the name? He was on Two Best Friends Play, but he was like, if you're gonna do any sort of redemption arc or redemption game or remastering of a game, don't tell anybody that you're working on it. Just quickly release it.
Oh god, this voice, face.
And that neck.
He's a
just
snake
That
person.
Cobra.
That depends on how your freezing
Back-
is, old man.
Welcome
Also,
back.
I just heard
Oh
Cobra,
god, a green
so...
ghost!
Cobra! Sorry.
Yes, Commander.
We have green ghosts instead of human ghosts.
But no, this guy did a shadow launch and probably was the best way to do it. And
Where's Spider-Man when you need him?
I mean, honestly, I just found this fucking project by complete dumb luck and then showed it to everybody, and then
Right.
all of a sudden, boom.
I was like, and I'm so glad that you found it. Cause
You want to know the sad thing is?
Watch
He's not
me.
wrong.
no, you say like you, but as James just put it, like
Oh,
He burned
wow.
away.
And
He's
what's even
sitting
funnier
right
is,
now.
and what's funnier is, you can actually find him somewhere else, even before coming here, and
yeah.
find him there.
This game, they like to reuse boss fights.
Well, it's also just a matter of fact that, like, by and large, and this is the definitely one credit I will definitely give to the base design of Link to the Faces of Evil. It's very open-ended.
Oh yeah, like, and
You
I'll show that off a little bit later in my own thing, James. But like, yeah, like, there's no set order to doing these things, and like, you do have to fight. You do have to fight all the Faces of Evil. Nice. That would have been freaking impossible on the original hardware, by the way.
It would've.
But yeah, anyway, sorry, I've gushed about this enough as it is. Royce, what do you think about what you're seeing right here?
Well, you're pretty much. Well, at least it's nice if you have an option of where you want to go, kind of like a Link Between Worlds.
One other thing I just remembered. Kind of a low-key thing here. In the original game, in order to access your menu, you had to duck first, and then press a certain button. I want to say it was either button 1 or button 2. Here, you can still technically do that if you turned off remaster mode, but for the sake of this mode, you can just press another button naturally.
The fairies.
What the hell is that red one doing?
You are our hero.
It's me.
Here's a life heart.
I love how cross-eyed they look. Help!
A little bit of a derp face for
Aw,
a minute
you
there.
know-
They gave us one, and they gave us one of 3.
A new heart container.
You're doing
Yep, and I'm the only one of 3 in the entire game.
You are our hero.
Yeah.
Here's the water of
I mean, maybe there's more, but I was only ever able to find 3.
You only get a max of 6 in this game, in both games actually. But if we can take care of that Gleeok dragon around here, we may be able to get something that will help us with our health.
No, it's Gleeok.
Hey.
No, it's Druick. No, this is Gleeok for the crazy
Round the
lady.
side of
And there he is!
No, I was thinking of,
And he's firing his heads at us.
Two-headed Ghidorah?
That was very sudden.
Yeah, no,
Gleeok was always a he was always a 3-headed duck demon, but here he's literally lost 2 of his heads.
yeah, look at that. Hell, like, and he's launching them at us.
That's terrifying.
They're just
He's
rocketing
regenerating his
away.
own heads.
Wait,
And
so what does that
throwing
bell do?
them at you like missile launchers.
So yeah,
That
you can
bell,
do this.
From what I hear, so this is something I
It's
had
like
to
you
look up.
mixed-
But, sorry.
It's like you mixed. It's like you mixed Hydreigon with Well, actually, can't remember that new one.
Ghidorah?
It's okay.
Anyway, that bell I did pick up earlier after I defeated Goronu the first time. That's supposed to be that's supposed to stun enemies.
Oh.
Oh,
It does cost rupees to use though.
Yeah, they have a lot of status items. This and Wanda Gamelon, they have a lot of status items that were mainly made to try and make the game less BS.
Ugly, but I still know a few tricks.
Whoa.
Bring some grappleberries. I'll show you.
Speaking of ugly,
Yeah.
You just
I like
turned
grappleberries.
I
you
don't
just
wanna
turned
see
a
a
berry
good one.
into a coin.
I don't want
Hey.
to see a good one, lady.
Let's return her. Oh, let's return the necklace to her.
I've
I don't
already
think-
had a full breakfast.
You have a
Um,
pest problem, lady.
Yeah, pterodactyls flying through the roof.
So while we talk to her and not say anything about what she's about to do, James, what with your experience playing both of these games, would you? I know it's a hard recommendation to try and say, period, but would you say that this is the definitive way to play these games?
Well, of
It's
course.
the only way you can play these games without having to take out like a second mortgage.
Oh,
Or
yeah, 'cause,
emulate
yeah,
it.
the CDIs are but expensive.
Even then, from what I've heard, CDI emulation is actually really fucking hard.
Oh no,
as we
I'm gonna
show.
be honest. Part of me would love if somebody could do it because I would love to be able to show it off in some capacity. But I've never been able to properly emulate. I could emulate this, Mondo Gamelon, Hotel Mario, even the freaking wacky world of miniature golf. But I could never emulate the actual top-down photorealistic Zelda game.
know what it means when you lose your last ruby.
Ooh.
Now you work
Ruby.
for me.
And you know, the more I look back on these animations,
You
it's like
dip.
awkward as they may be, like it does kind of it kind of amuse me just how many freaking stills they had to
Animations
make.
It's
for-
it's a circus step collector of fear.
Yeah, like so many animation cells for something so mundane.
Yeah, made for a studio that had no idea what they were gonna do with it. There was a whole lot of development hell behind these projects.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help too that like for the sake of Faces of Evil and Wanda Gamelon, they had a budget for a single game split into two.
Oof.
know what, I'm just thinking
What
back
year was
to-
the original game, by the way?
93.
Hmm?
93.
Oh, 93? Okay.
That was like when that's pretty much that was the year when all these Nintendo-esque CDI games actually did come out.
You know, something I'm just now thinking about,
Ew.
because I don't know how common knowledge this is, but before the whole, like, deal with Nintendo and Philips went foobar over these two games, they were originally gonna make a Donkey Kong game for this thing.
I remember that.
Thank you,
don't
Rare.
Don't mind as I'm climbing down nothing, and I'm just
Okay.
thinking to myself, like, well, first of all, I'm like very concerned to think what would have happened if one of Philips' subsidiaries actually went and made an actual Donkey Kong game before. And mind you, this was before Donkey Kong Country was a thing.
It was.
Okay,
It would have
answer
had
the
to. I was gonna say it would have had to have been based on. I was about to say, darn, that make yeah. I was gonna say if they were gonna make one based on Donkey Kong game, it would be absolutely perfect if they made one as a tie into the TV show.
Oh, to the
That was
Super
made in
Page.
like in the early '80s.
Let's be fair. This game feels like a tie-in to the TV show.
I'd say
To the
your
Zelda
chances
one.
are a million to
Nah,
one.
this takes itself way less seriously.
But I could see the. Oh, gotta fight him now.
Actually.
Gamma ray noises.
Wall masters.
Just
Too many of 'em.
monsters.
They
Use your
really
bombs.
touchy here.
Oh,
Or that.
Who needs bombs when you have a magic sword?
Who goes nuts?
Some will tell you that a magic bomb is better than a magic sword, but I say to you that is rubbish.
We defeated him.
Long continuous flatulent sounds.
So he was just really a balloon.
Golly,
Look at
indeed.
that.
Just
So, but
Wait, you
will
don't know
he
what that
taste
thing's
like
been.
pig afterwards?
No, he'll
Or
taste like deflated
rubber?
bounce house.
Oh yeah, this is one of if not the only areas in this remaster you need the rope for.
Right, because you gotta climb.
So are we stuck here?
I said you gotta
no.
climb.
You just got it there. You have to find the right hitbox. There we go. We're out.
And
Yeah,
so
I
we
think
freed
it's
this
a bit
this
more.
weird wacky old man.
Well,
is
nice.
so cool.
Astronomy man.
By the way, sorry, I'm playing Sonic Mania while we're doing this. I fucking hate Chemical Plant Zone.
And I will prove the
I don't mind it.
You know, it's so weird. Like, I feel like this is the one cutscene from Late Faces of Evil I haven't seen yet because I did
You
not
are a
know this
little
guy existed.
crazy.
Yeah, I always.
Alright.
It's mainly because I always go there after I get the crystal. But yeah, it's him telling you. What's up, Icky? You're in the hot seat now, boy. What are you gonna say?
Never mind.
Okay, fair enough. But that said, ladies and gentlemen, I definitely was able to beat this game in one sitting. That one sitting did take a little while, so we had to split this whole project into two. Stay tuned for the next part.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Die.